One of the features that we fell in love with most when we first saw our watermill was the turret. And today, with the help of some ingenious problem-solving skills,
I'm so nervous.
No lid on our house.
it's about to look better than ever before, so long as it doesn't come crashing down in the process. They're raising the roof. I think it's just gonna make our little watermill look that much more like a castle. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new around here, we're Brittany and Drew, two hopeful adventurers who got married and after 8 years of van life, found our dream property and moved across the globe to Portugal, where we're now documenting the journey of transforming this historic watermill into our very first home, not on wheels. Now, let's take in a deep breath and let it out. Let the adventure begin. Ever since we first fell in love with the watermill, we have envisioned beautifying the turret, which feels like such a centerpiece to our home. By increasing the angle of the roof pitch for more of that castle feel, adding glass blocks to let more light shine down inside, redoing the edges with concrete for more fireproofing peace of mind, adding insulation because all that it had was a thin layer of foam, and drilling down through the center for electrical so we can hang a beautiful light in the center of what will one day be our sacred round bathroom space.
This morning, we have Mr. Tom trying to catch frogs in the lagoon. Oh, there's me now. He seriously climbs up so high. And then he has the best time trying to figure out how he's going to get down. Mr. Tom, what are you doing? What are you doing? You like it up there? Cowabunga. Baby, are you going to climb?
Everyone's climbing all sorts of things this morning, including our roof. We have our Ukrainian team that is up there bright and early. It is like not even 8 a.m. right now, and they're figuring out how they are going to remove the big turret roof. It was a handmade wooden roof. It's very precious to the sellers of the mill, and it's precious to us. We would like to keep it in one piece. We would just like to raise it a little bit to let in more light so that we can have some glass cubes that go around the whole circumference of the top of our turret of our bathroom in there.
Oh, do you hear this? I think we have a cricket in our camper somewhere. He was so loud all night long. Good morning.
Good morning.
I was just telling them that the guys are on the roof. They're taking off the tar paper. They're using a little razor to cut off the tar. Oh, and that's the sound of our new pool pump. It was very green before. It's looking better these days, but it has a buzz to it. Coffee is boiling.
Gotta get a bird's eye view of those guys on the roof. Get the drone.
Good moves. You still climbing trees? He's such a monkey. Mr. Monkey! The tree got your tail. What are you gonna do? There you go. Here's me new. What are all these sounds?
You guys see that on the screen? The drone is high in a tree over top the mill roof. That's not gonna be easy feat. Tom should go climb that tree and get the drone for us.
You can see the drone is like right about there. There's a little red light shining. Wow. And then we have Drew with the pool net.
Hopefully it's extendable enough that I can reach up there. Just don't want to knock it out of the tree. There, I got one of the props, but
Oh man.
stuck.
Oh. Where did that just...
Right here. We got it.
Oh my gosh, it's so lucky.
Oh.
That was a close call. Good job.
Well, that's a new use of a pool net. It's actually a pool net taped onto a painter's pole.
Oh, smart.
5 minutes later.
Oh yeah.
Tirar esta
Esta,
madeira,
sim,
esta fica.
ok.
Tirar esta, fazer muros
Sim.
e depois dentro para
Tá bom. So pouco insulamento para todo rotundo. When Brittany and I were looking for homes throughout all of Portugal, the mill really captivated us because of the tall height of the turret, the unique roundness, and we knew because the owner painstakingly went through so much effort to design such a beautiful thing that we want to preserve it the best we can, and that's what we're really hoping that they can disassemble it with care. It's so beautiful to look up, see that raw wood. We're just raising it a bit, doing some extra insulation, some protection from the outside elements, especially thinking of fire in consideration because of the area we're in. We'll have a chandelier or something hanging from the center, and that will just really complete the feeling of that huge tall bathroom inside. But it just would have been a shame to discard it. We got to preserve this work of art. Boom!
You did it!
See the start of the framework for how they designed this. There's like rows here with big supports sitting right on top of the foundation of cement, along with truss beams going up that way, and then the top plywood covered by what is the tar paper. You can see this is really taking a beating from the weather underneath here. The original owner intended to get this covered before the house sat dormant, but because of some other things that happened, they weren't able to finish it entirely. So the tar paper is the last element of protection it's had against the weather for the last really 8 years now. It's just one of those projects we got to do right and we got to do now.
And so they continued removing the tar paper. That way they could really get down to the framework of the roof in preparation for being able to lift it up and off somehow.
So the plan is we're going to move this over onto the roof there.
Drew's getting in there to help the guys out. The roof is moving. The turret is about to be topless. Here it goes.
Все, треба туди до Жені ближчити, бо вона...
While our team was getting a feel for just how heavy and solidly built this wooden roof was, it's no wonder that it was no easy feat considering the fact that a crane was used when it was originally put in place.
Use crano para esta.
Aqui usar o crânios diferente, forte também.
The main reason we can't undo it to move it is because it's all glued super securely and clamped. It was very well built. We were saying the Ukrainians are equal to a machine with a crane.
Yes,
Muito força.
it's true.
So excited with the progress being made, one thing we didn't yet mention was the fact that this roof weighed over 2,000 pounds. And given the fact that our guys did not build the portion of the roof that it was resting on, they were a bit nervous to leave it resting as it was. Stay tuned.
But in other news, I think we have a fig or two that are just about ready.
Look at that sweet little drop of nectar. Has us thinking about how deliciously sweet freshly filtered water can taste when it is filtered the right way, which is why we are so grateful to Waterdrop for sponsoring this episode. You guys know that we've been living off-grid for over 8 years now, not only on this land, but also during our van life days when we were exploring Mexico, the USA, Canada, Europe, all in our camper van. And one of the things that made life on the road so possible and sustainable for us was the fact that we built a water filtration system right into our van. And this system here, our G3P800 under sink reverse osmosis system, was super easy to install with its tankless design, which is a huge space saver if you're looking to install something like this in your camper or in your tiny home. It has a smart display faucet, which indicates the filter life and tells you the total dissolved solids amount and working status. One thing I do want to mention though is that they say that if you are using non-municipal water, that you need to install a pre-filter. Otherwise, the life of the filters will be compromised. But this setup provides the ultimate purification with its UV LED light that has a lifespan of up to 50 years. And its 9-stage filtration reduces over 1,000 harmful substances. And it has a fast water flow rate, allowing you to fill a cup of water in just 6 seconds. We love having it here on our land because now we no longer have to drive up the mountain to source water from this spring and fill our countless jugs, plastic jugs, that were likely leaching plastic into our water. Instead, we get clean, fresh, like the purest water possible straight from here. We can use it to wash our garden vegetables clean. We can use it for the water we use to make our coffee each morning or for our favorite soups. We know that we have the best ingredient. Delicious water.
Deliciously pure. Cheers.
And right now, using our link below, you can enjoy up to $700 off on Water Drop. Right now they're having their prime fall sale, so you're gonna wanna check that out. And truly by clicking the links of the brands who support us, just simply by clicking those links, you are supporting us by showing that you have interest in the amazing things they have to offer, like clear, happy, healthy water. I've always
Check it out.
wanted a water filtration system like this one, so making dreams happen.
Whether you live in a van, apartment, a house, off-grid,
Or
it's great in many cases.
a watermill.
Or watermill.
Cheers.
After being up on top, I just am so curious what it looks like. Down in our bathroom. Whoa, it's so much brighter. Dang! No lid on our house. Crazy. Wow. And one day we'll be here washing our hands thinking about this whole project.
This is one of those 7:30 kind of breakfast days. With our perfect little first fig baby of the season. Oh, that is good. That is so good. Hey babe, you gotta have a bite of this. Just a little bite, not the whole thing. Yeah. Not the whole thing. I don't like you right now. I feel like I should get under there. Oh my. Just putting it back on for now. That's the game plan. Don't forget to breathe. Oh. Oh. Oh, good job. Oh, it's making me nervous. Oh, good job.
So now the plan is that it's back in position. They're gonna drill down into the round cement walls that make up the bathroom, some pretty big holes, and put steel going down 2 feet high. And they're gonna slowly jack it up like hydraulics so that the whole roof raises at once. So each one of these supports, they're gonna have to drill a hole through, and then they're gonna drill a hole in the cement and put the rod going upward. That way they can use threaded bar and move this whole thing up. Tightening up washers and bolts, like a system that's gonna be in place to just raise the roof, put all the material in that's supposed to be there. It'll just be in position when they're done, and it should be easier for all, less lifting, and a lot more safe. Look who's swimming over there. I think you got them all.
Except for that guy.
Nice work.
That was fun. Something else that was fun that we literally had to peel ourselves away from the mill to enjoy was a little seaside adventure while the summer sunshine was still warm enough to inspire us to get in the water. Adventure day!
Adventure time!
Can't be all work. I know, but I gotta.
Yeah.
The southern coast of Portugal is lined with some of the most beautiful beaches we have ever seen. And when you get out on the water, you can access sea caves and magical little nooks and crannies that we like to imagine the mermaids and pirates of Portugal's past first discovered.
Wow, look at that. Incredible. Wow. You look like you're absolutely just on like bioluminescence water. Guys, we've never seen anything like this. This is home. Wow. You're in the spotlight. Yeah, full of seaweed. I really like those shadows down there. Babe, you doing all right in the camper? It's pretty loud out here today.
Yeah, luckily there's no voiceovers happening today, so that's one thing about living that much closer to the mill, you're that much closer to the noise. That's why we don't really want to live in there before it is really close to done.
You can see that all of the steel rods have been put in to raise the roof. Wow.
Wow, look at that. You can see right through it. It's a good system. They use the bushel chemical to hold in the threaded bar. And they're using these washers and nuts. They'll end up raising all of it together. We know a thing or two about threaded bolts from the shade structure project and cutting, making our own rebar bolts. They're doing exactly that, but with a lot thicker stuff here. She's arising. They're relocating the jack over to the other side of this entire round roof. Just tilting it kind of up and back and forth, side to side, and we'll eventually get it all the way lifted. It's gonna be incredible. They just said that they're gonna raise it a half a meter, which is like 1.5 feet. So imagine this with that much more gap today, just balancing on all these huge rods. Wow, look at it move. Idea is to get it nice and snug in there. Now that it's nearing the end of the day, I think everybody's very pleased with this method. Give her a hug. I don't think I've ever given you a hug.
She liked it. Did you like it?
How do I get in bed past my... Nobody seemed disturbed.
That night, our wildlife cam caught Baby on the prowl, and here we find Tom looking for a midnight snack. He must have made it back to snuggling in bed with us before this Javali family arrived. Notice here how the mom must have seen the red light from the camera. She's looking right at us. Luckily, we don't see these cute yet extremely destructive animals on our land very often. This was the first time we had seen them on our land all year. We'll count ourselves lucky at that.
load of fresh sand this morning. Rise and shine. That must mean there's more cement being mixed.
It's a new day, beautiful one at that. It's a much cooler summer day around here, and the guys are back with more materials. They've loaded everything over here on the wall that they'll be using to complete this project. You can see they're up here just spinning those bolts, moving those washers up, and slowly raising the roof. Just had to say that. Let's take a closer look. Wow, the deck. Hydraulica. Buona idea. Sí. Sí. Good use of the car jack at that. Well, that looks delicious.
Thank you. Yes, I've been having eggs every morning. This is new for me. It's been like smoothies every morning for years, literal years, but I think it hasn't been the best for my gut according to Ayurveda. So making a little switch up, but I'm also very interested in seeing how we can DIY.
Wow, that's pretty.
But I'd love if there were 2 lights so our island could be lit up and our pots and things could hang. We could also make it just a line that goes across the top. Ooh, rounded. I love. It's even our same sink. See, this one has the lights attached to the whole fixture.
Yeah, I just asked them about that and if
Okay.
it'd be too much weight structurally on the roof. He's like, it's strong enough to go right into the drywall.
Oh.
So we could do it exactly how we want.
Oh, exciting.
That's really good news.
So I can really like go to town and finding a design.
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent.
Anybody love Wayne's World?
Glass block used in vertical application. Here, Igor is measuring to make sure that they have an even lift around the circumference of the turret, where they'll be inserting 2 rows of these glass blocks that will let in so much more light.
They're testing out what the glass blocks will look like.
7 centimeters. Centimeters, да.
First look at what that's gonna be like.
You know what I just remembered too? I have the thing that goes on the top.
Well, that's gonna be a big reveal. Maybe not in this episode.
Part 2 finale of the roof raising.
Raise that roof!
Woot woot.
They just ran rebar all the way through each of the struts that comes out around the structure of the roof. They drilled holes in here and then threaded this all the way around. And they're gonna connect it in these various spots, just like there, they'll tie them together. They're then gonna be able to put a bunch of cement down here and form what will be a lip coming all the way out. They were joking yesterday when we were trying to lift it that the one guy who wasn't here, he's the biggest, strongest of them. He could have just tossed this thing like a discus, like an Olympian. I'm just very impressed with their thought process to lift it this way. Whoa, beanbag chair?
They also have leca, which is like the little lava rock balls that are going to provide a lot more insulation on the turret roof, because we've been in there on these hot summer days and it is hot. There was just tar paper on top of that one little bit of blue foam that you guys have been seeing on there. But this, if you saw our roof build series when this amazing team helped rebuild the wooden roof and make it an entirely concrete roof, this was one of the materials that they used.
That roof was 80 square meters, or if you're from the US, 800 square feet. Well, the lower bathroom's really coming together. They're doing some of the finishing touches on the walls. This is where our tub will eventually go. You can see they've got the holes for the water connection there. looking really good in this room. Looks like they gotta do a bit more here on these rough, rugged walls. Countertop will go there. And then where I leave some of this stone natural, especially emphasizing where they did the framework around this edge and this door. It's beautiful.
So the guys have gone home for the night. Just want to show you because we actually haven't filmed this at all, but they finished plastering the lower bathroom. It looks so beautiful how they framed the window, left the old brick exposed, and it mirrors this door. How wonderful is that? True artisans.
Nice job, Alex.
Yep, well done. And this little part here is so that when we have a normal door, it will be able to close and be sealed so that there's privacy in the bathroom. Say goodnight, kitties. They all found their safe little nooks away from the wind over there. It is so windy this evening. I think we're gonna hunker down, make some pizza, so stay tuned because there's a lot more to come for the turret roof. I can't wait to see the glass blocks put in and see tiles put on it for the first time. It's really just gonna be the cherry on top of the cake. So we love you. Thank you for watching. As always, you are the best. We couldn't do it without your support. So thank you to our patrons, to our subscribers, and you just for being here. Hugs and kisses. See you soon.
Wow, look at that pizza. Look at those marshmallows and pepperonis. Actually, those are tomatoes.
It's just hard to get the mushrooms to cook when they're like this, you know?
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Tomatoes from our garden.
Wow.
Isn't that fun?
Give me a pizza night shout.
Pizza night!
Pizza night!
Pizza on a spatula.
Wow.
Gotta rotate this one. Do your thing. Forward to the tomato. With that cheese. Avalanche. Oh yeah.
Wow.
It's too windy to eat outside.